everybody. Game time, Brian, otherwise known as the mailman, coming here from my mama's basement on my day off. A little clogged, but thankful that I'm off today. I needed a few days off. Yesterday was brutal. I said to everybody that I'd be working till 6 o'clock. I was there till 6:30. By the time I got home, it was 10 to 7. Took a shower. My wife had a migraine. She was in bed already, not feeling well. It's just the weather. It's been a mild winter, so I think it really is screwing everybody up. Everybody seems to be sniffling. Get some lights on here. Get some lights on in this puppy. There we go. There it is. There we go. But yeah, so I'm glad to be off. But I watched a cool movie last night, and it's one of those movies that you watch that I don't think she would have liked to watch. I watched it by myself. The Covenant. Anybody see The Covenant out there? It's kind of not a war movie, but it kind of takes place with the Jake Gyllenhaal. Back at the start of the Iraq War, we had to get a lot of translators that weren't the Taliban that wanted to be on our side. We paid them minimal, but more importantly, the plan was for them to go with us, our troops. They were going from town to town looking for IEDs, bomb making facilities, yada, yada, yada. Not to get too long winded, but very, very cool story. This was taken in 2018 based off a true story. And they followed Jake Gyllenhaal. His first crew got beat up pretty good, had to find another interpreter, found one. This interpreter was a badass, saved his life time and time again. So it was a very good movie. Kind of sad, but in the end, when you find out what ultimately happened, but that's a little too political. But cool movie. If you like Jake Gyllenhaal, I just watched the new Roadhouse last week, so that popped up. I'm like, I never did watch it. She ain't interested in something like that. Great movie. But anyway, that being said, it's getting closer, people. Where are we now? We are March 29th. There are 31 days in March. Let's just look at looking at it here. March 29th, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, and exactly a month from today, Friday, we will be on day 2 of the NFL draft. I don't think it starts day 2 until 4 o'clock, I want to say. So me and Mark and Prime Time and Chef David will be doing live streams. We'll be bringing you content left and right, and we are excited. I know I am. As of last tally, let me look at the last tally here. Last tally where I'm at on my channel. I just want to thank everybody for stepping up and really helping out, man, sharing the videos. I am sitting here as I speak up to the moment. Almost at 5,500. I'm at 5496. We're flying. Mark wanted me to get to 5,000 by the draft. Going right by there. Be honest, I'm looking at, I don't know, 7,000, 8,000 by the draft. If I keep doing what I'm doing. But, we'll see. I don't want to get ahead of myself. But I appreciate everybody who likes what I do. And Drew from yesterday, I don't know what your issue was, man. I thought we were tight. I'm wearing my Philly shirt today, opening day, man. What do you care who I like? But anyway, a little disappointing because you're always in my chats. I thought you were cool, but whatever. Maybe you are. Maybe you were having a bad day. Don't judge people, man. I got people here who love Dallas, who like the Mets. Who cares? Vinny Hagen, he's a Met fan. It's all good. This ain't life and death, people. This ain't life and death. But I will say I probably spent more money on Phillies tickets than most 4-for-4s. So it is what it is. But anyway, we got some draft talk. I want to talk some NFL draft. Brad, we may or may not do, depending on how long I go on this video. Maybe we'll do a quick mock for. It won't be my official. I don't know where I'm at. I got to go back and look. It's either 5 point. Let me see. Let me see where I'm at here. I am at So the next one will be 5.0. But maybe I'll do some mocks that won't be my official, but maybe I'll do it and link it at the end here. And maybe I'll do some quick, just let the computer pick and stick and pick and see what we get. Looking at it, I'm looking at right now, there's 10 possible teams. I don't know that 10 will be gone in the first round, but I say there's 10 teams that need quarterbacks. I just do. I think that's where we're at. There's 10 teams that could use a starting quarterback. We know Chicago. That's one, right? Washington, left hand up. New England. Okay, I'm going to skip over this next team. We'll touch back with them. Denver, absolutely. Atlanta. Atlanta got Kirk Cousins. He's 35 years old, and he's coming off an Achilles injury, I believe. They need a quarterback. Yeah, he may be starter for a year or two, but it's a perfect situation to bring in a young guy. Desmond Ridder was not that guy. Vikings, they have Sam Darnold. Who else is with the Vikings? They got Sam Darnold. I don't know. Put it in the comments, but they don't have a lot. Jaron Hall, I think, is one of them. The Raiders, they have Aiden O'Connell, and they picked up Gardner Minshew. Me in primetime loved Aiden O'Connell, but he's not the most mobile guy, and I don't know that he could be a starter in the league. It was a late round. They groom him as a backup, possibly could be a low-end starter. So the Raiders definitely in the mix. Seattle, Geno Smith, he's 34 years old. Geno Smith, 34. Definitely could use a quarterback. And let's not forget about the Rams. Rams have Matt Stafford, who's 36. I don't know his birthday. He may be 37. Let me look. Matt Stafford. Matt Stafford. Let's look at Matt Stafford. Actually, he's 30. He's 36 years old now. 36. So, yeah, he's 36. Yeah, let's see. When is, yeah, he just turned, he won't be 37 until February 7th, so right around the Super Bowl time. So, they're going to need a quarterback. They're a sneaky team to need a quarterback. So, very, very interesting times we live in. Of course, me being a Cowboy fan, there's always a bunch of stuff. Always a lot of crap regarding the Cowboys. It's tough weeding through everything, to be honest with you. Weeding through what to believe, what not to believe. A lot of things are being said right now. Ultra Cowboy. I got Ultra, who I talked to, and I got Brad Harris, who I talked to. Both different ends of the spectrum, both Cowboys fans, both see things from opposite. And listen, that's good. You don't want everybody lined up on the same, because then if you surround yourself by like-minded people, then you end up getting a lot of yes men, in my opinion. Me in Prime Time, if you ever watch Me in Prime Time, Phil, we don't always agree with everything. Okay. A lot of times, and we don't plan nothing. You could tell by the other night on my live stream, I have a full-time job. I rely on my people in the chat to really have the facts. When I'm off, I have time to look at stuff and do my homework, But sometimes it's on the seat of my pants, and we were wrong about the 50-year option when it regards to, I forget who it was in the chat, but you were right, my man. I did look into it. They still have time to exercise the option, but it would be $22.5 million on Trey Lance. But me and Phil don't always agree. He'll see it one way, I'll see another. And when it comes to Dak Prescott, me and Mark Holmes are, ultimately we agree, but I am far less in that camp where I have to have Dak. I just want to win. But what I refuse to do, okay, and Ultra, I'm going to call you out a little bit on this. Everything Dallas does, man, you seem to think is the right move. And my experience is they're not perfect. Just look at the things that they've done. They've changed direction many times. And to Jerry Jones's credit, Jerry Jones will tell you that he's changed over the years. And I definitely believe Jerry has changed. We get caught up as fans. We get caught up with, as fans, trying to sift through what the team is doing. We think that they don't want to win. We think that they're trying to screw Dak Prescott. In reality, what they're trying to do this year, people, to all the now I'm talking to Brad. Brad, I'm talking to you. Big supporter of the channel. Thank you, Brad. I appreciate you. Dallas is and wants to work a deal. I don't care what anybody says. They want Dak here long term. That's why when the salary cap went up, now they're more willing. They did drop the number $5 million, right? I think it was going to be $55 million. Now he's going to count $50 million, or was it going to be 50? Oh, no, it was going to be $59 million. Now it's going to be 55, somewhere around that. Just by doing a little something. Yeah, it didn't change the length of his deal. He's still a free agent after this year. Dak wants to be a Cowboy, regardless of what you're hearing. Just trust me when I tell you. Trust me when I tell you I'm not just throwing some shit up against the wall and see what sticks. Now, Dallas wants to get him at a decent deal. Decent meaning not necessarily $65 million a year. It's going to be a longer-term deal. But once the salary cap was raised, they saw it as an opportunity to absorb as much of that this year as they possibly could. Just remember, they have over $100 million in cap space next year. If they can absorb this and then extend Dak during the year, during the season, that's why I keep going back to that November. And it'll be one of those deals where the deal kicks in after that current season. You know what I'm saying? Which won't necessarily change. It won't change the salary cap for the quarterback position and the overall cap on this upcoming year. That's the plan. Now, everybody has a plan until you get punched in the face, right? You know what I mean? The closer Dak gets to free agency, his agents have to do their due diligence and say, yo, that's why the draft has to play out. That's why we're going to talk about quarterbacks. We're going to do a quick mock draft or two. I'm not going to do my 5.0 until probably Sunday morning. I'll release that, but I will be taking a lot of quarterbacks. Just look at J.J. McCarthy. It's crazy. But Dak's agents have to do their job. They're looking at the bottom line. They get a percentage of whatever contract comes in for Dak Prescott. So, they have to say this is unprecedented. But at the end of the day, when your client tells you he wants to be with a team, and Dallas won't lowball him to the point of no return. Dallas won't lowball. They know the floor is $57 to $60 million. That's what the floor is. And I want to let everybody know when they do that, it'll be a 5-year deal with multiple void years. Easy peasy. They're projecting the cap to explode yet again. We're already $100 million under the cap. When we sign CeeDee Lamb and when we sign Micah, the cap is going to their cap number will get lower. That's what I'm trying to tell everybody. They are trying to clean the decks. I want Gilmore back. I was on record as saying I want Hankins back. Just remember, Mike Zimmer is now in the building. I heard some good things from Stephen Jones when it comes to Fehoko. Me and Phil, me and Prime Time all last year. Now, as it turned out, Fehoko was injured. I like Golston big time. Sam Williams. There's a lot of guys that need playing time. A lot of guys. Mike Zimmer knows what he wants. Mike Zimmer has a very, very good relationship with the Dallas Cowboys, or he wouldn't have taken a 1-year deal. I honestly think that this whole coaching staff is going to be re-upped, and this whole Deion Sanders, which I did show a video, but people, conspiracy theories will go, and let me know what you think. The conspiracy theories that Deion's going to be the next quarterback. Now, again, the next head coach with his son Shedeur being the quarterback. You know how hard it is to look a year down the road and see where you're going to be? There's no way Dallas is going to be, in my opinion, in position unless they were to trade. I don't think CeeDee's going anywhere. I don't think Mike is going anywhere. But the one player, the most valuable player you have on your team that could give you a haul would be a Micah Parsons. But I want to see Micah in Mike Zimmer's system. That's what I want to see. So, just Brad, he ain't gone yet. Ultra Cowboy. Another one of I actually call a friend who takes time. He's very, what I like about Ultra is he has a strong opinion and he sticks to it. That's cool, man. And he respects my opinion. Brad, he loves Dak Prescott and he loves his Cowboys. And listen, I'm with you, Brad, but I'm a little less in the Dak foxhole with you only because I just want to win, man. I don't know what the future holds. I don't know. I don't know what Trey Lance can ultimately be under Mike McCarthy. I don't know. I'd like to win with Dak, but again, there's something exciting about going with a younger guy. How old's Dak now? Let me look. Exactly how old is Dak Prescott? With that nasty leg injury that requires... He's 30. Okay, Dak's only 30, July. So he'll be 31 by the time that the season starts. So that's nothing. We could do another deal with him. But just remember, Dak Prescott, every day of his life, he has to rehab that leg. It's not like, oh, well, it's time to play football. I got to loosen up. No. That leg is jacked. Every day he has to do rehab, and it's going to be for the rest of his life in order for him to walk and run and do things he wants to do. So we don't know what's going to happen, but only the Cowboys keep us on our feet as much as they do. But let's see here. We're going to do a 4-rounder. Let's see, Dallas, enter draft. Oh, wait, I got to restart it. All right, let me change the camera here. We're going to do a mock draft to end off this morning episode here. We want to do that. That's what we want to do. Do we want to do that? No, we don't want to do that. What is that? There it is. There it is. Game time. Let me see here. Hold up, people. There we go. Let me open up let me zoom this. Oh, it's already at 150. All right, let's go. We'll pick Dallas, and we're going to do a 4-rounder for Brad. And we're going to let her rip. I'll be curious to see now. I don't use Pro Football Focus, man. You pay all that money, and I got news for you. I don't agree with it. They look too much into the analytics. So let's just see what happens here. We'll look at the picks that go ahead of us, and I may do trades. I'll probably do trades. We will do trades. How's that? Captain Trade Down rides. Let's see here. Let me change the camera on my end. Let me change it. There we go. There we go. Let's look at what we got here. We'll go over what we normally go over. Let's hide all this stuff here. Let's hide it all. All right, let's go back. We got Caleb Williams, Drake May, Jaden Daniels. I like that. Not necessarily those teams, but I do like that. I believe it's going to be Caleb, Jaden Daniels. Again, now you're hearing J.J. McCarthy to the Washington Commanders. Got an argument with a Commander fan. I don't know why or whoever. I assume he was a Commander fan. Wondering why I'm saying stuff that I'm saying. I read it on ESPN. I saw it in multiple outlets that the Commanders have ties to the University of Michigan. Maybe it's their offensive. I thought it was their GM, but regardless, J.J. McCarthy is moving up the board for crying out loud. They're talking about him at 6 with the Giants. We'll get to that. I think the Giants, it's all a smokescreen. But let's go. Marvin Harrison's already said. Now, just I want everybody to understand here. Number 4 here is a possible trade down type scenario. If Minnesota is talking about trading up to get ahead of the Giants here, which I love that pick for the Giants, by the way, better than J.J. McCarthy. We know that the Cardinals don't need a quarterback, but the Vikings here, they want J.J. McCarthy. I think you should be able to stay and get him, but the Giants here are interviewing. They went to his pro day. They're bringing him in for a personal workout. So that's going to, now you're talking about the Vikings wanting to trade up to get him. They would have to get ahead of the Giants. Right here is your perfect landing spot. If I'm Arizona, listen, man, receivers, there's plenty of receivers in this draft. You could drop down and get a boatload of picks. That's the move to do, Arizona. Do I think they'll do it? I think they will. I think that's going to be your first trade. Maybe the Denver Broncos, maybe the Minnesota Vikings. If I had a bet right now, it would be the Vikings. I think that Sean Payton is a little too cocky to give up as much as he's going to want to, or he's going to have to give up to move up to that spot. So Marvin Harrison's fine, but there's where I would take a J.J. McCarthy to get ahead of the Giants if the smoke is really true. So that would mean quarterback. I can't remember the last time. Put it in the comments. The last time 4 quarterbacks went to start the draft. It's a quarterback league with all the rules, people. You know that I'm right. Olu Fashanu, listen, pick your poison here. I love Joe Alt. Joe Alt's a beast. If the Giants end up with Joe Alt, that's a perfect pick for them. A perfect pick. But again, who knows? Rome Odunze, this is unbelievable. He should not be going against Malik Neighbors, but regardless, they're both going. So I like that. Dallas Turner, I was down on him earlier, and if you guys watch my mocks, I was down on Dallas just because he doesn't really have a pass rush move. But what he does have is unbelievable raw talent, like a Micah Parsons. I'm not comparing him to Micah, but that's kind of how Micah was coming out of the draft. And you could bet your ass that people are going to be I'm making sure, yeah. Just bet your ass that people are going to be comparing him to we could teach him. He's an edge rusher. Just get to the quarterback. Laiatu Latu, I got a little news for everybody. He has a medical issue. He may drop out of the first round. He may be sitting on the board when the Cowboys pick. That's and if he drops that far, he'll probably drop past this. I don't know that he fits with Dallas. They got J.J. McCarthy. Regardless, that's as far down as I expect McCarthy to be. If this is how it breaks down, I'm taking the next quarterback on the board. I like Michael Penix Jr., maybe a Bo Nix. Yes, Phil, your boy might go first round now after all. Fuaga, I think this would be a great spot for Michael Penix or a Bo Nix. So I'm thinking there's going to be somebody really good sitting for us at 24 with the Cowboys, which is going to make it hard to trade down. But we're going with what this is. Kenyon Mitchell, okay. Brock Bowers, I think they go a corner, but Bowers, Dallas Clark. Can you say Dallas Clark, right? Dallas Clark. Jackson Powers Johnson, there he goes. We've come full circle. He's back to where he should have went in the first place. He's got a hip issue. It's come out. Some sort of hip issue. So that's what's scaring teams. So he may drop out of the first round. I mean, I don't know. Terrion Arnold, my number 1 corner. I still think Eagles are going to make a play on Arnold, especially if Jared Verse and Dallas Turner are off the board. Latu, I don't know. Like I said, Latu might be off some of the team's first round boards. So Troy Fontenot, there he is, my left tackle. Love him. Nate Wiggins, love him too. LA, just remember, LA, if one of those quarterbacks drop, they might go for a quarterback. I mean, yeah, you got Matt Stafford. And Marius Mims makes a lot of sense for them. Brian Thomas Jr., Ultra Cowboy seems to think he's going to be there. Dallas's offensive coordinators went to the LSU Pro Day. Kool-Aid McKinstry. He'll fit good in Philly with that name. Hydra Kool-Aid McKinstry. That's my Merrill Reese here. He drops back. He's looking. He throws a ball. Oh, sorry. Graham Barton, he gets snaked right in front of us. So, again, this is a situation where I originally thought that this is where we were going to get a run was going to go. J.C. Latham, if this is the case, I think they take J.C. Latham. But let's just look and see who's on the board. J.C. Latham, Johnny Newton. Johnny Newton, I think he's a 3 tech. He's not a 1 tech. It's an awesome player right there. But Tyler Guyton, did they take him? Let's look at the trade offers. They love giving up our 87. 24-87. I think that's our, what's 80? That's our 3rd round pick, right? So they want us to give up, let's see, 30. Yeah, let's see what else is next. Oh, that's the only one, huh? Let's look. 42 is too much. So we're going to stick and pick and just, I'm going to stick and pick all 4 rounds. How's that? So if it falls like this, we're going to do something little. Let's look at offense. There we go. Let's look at running back, Trey Benson. These are all 2nd round guys, wide receiver. Excuse me. Offensive guard, offensive center, Zach Frazier. There's a possibility, but not at that spot. Let's look at defense. Johnny Newton. Do you think they're going to take a defense back-to-back year, defensive lineman that back-to-back years? There ain't no way in hell. Linebacker Edgerrin Cooper may slide in the 1st round, maybe towards the end, but not here. Okay, so we're gonna stick and pick, right? Is that what we're gonna do? If I'm them, looking at 6'5", 342, J.C. Latham, massive specimen, the rare mix of overreaching frame density. I don't know if he's a left tackle though, but he's a better prospect than Tyler Guyton. So we're gonna switch it up and take J.C. Latham. No trades. Sorry, Brad. No trades today. This video is getting long, so we're just going to make our top 3 picks right now. That's what we're going to do. Darius Robinson, my guy, went. We're not going to analyze everything that went ahead of us because we're getting up on a half hour here. Try and keep him a little on the lower side. We will. There goes my guy, Braden Fisk. Let's see who's on the board here. All right, let's see who went after us. We took Latham, DeJean, Robinson, Guyton, Mitchell, Johnny Newton. Hell of a player for Detroit there. Jordan Morgan, Keon Coleman. That was, they actually went up one. Interesting. Christian Hayes, offensive guard. Love him. They traded up to get him. Let's see what they gave up. So they traded with them. Very interesting. Alrighty then. All right, Xavier Worthy, Ladd McConkey. Love me some Ladd. Eric Rakestraw, love him. Zach Frazier, there he goes. Tyler Nubin. Kingsley Suamatea. He goes where he should go. Michael Hall Jr., okay. Chris Braswell, Darius Robinson. Let's see what the Eagles. Yeah, well, Eagles ended up a Kool-Aid and Roman Wilson out of Michigan, 5'10", 185. I don't think they would be too happy with that. Edger and Cooper, though, the Birds got you some Edger, and there you go. Do I think he's going to last that long? No. Braden Fisk, there's my guy. He went right before me. So let's see what we're looking at. This is what was going to happen if we don't trade guys. We're gonna miss all those guys at the top of the second round, which is why Latham, as much as he's really good, we're not going to do trades. No trades. So we're looking at offense. Patrick Paul. We already took offensive line. So that's done right now. Let's look at offense. Let's look at running back. Jonathan Brooks is on the board. We've been mocked to him so many times. Marshawn Lloyd, love me some UFC. Jalen Wright, they really like. I'm not as high on him. Braylon Allen, 6'1", 235. Love him. Jonathan Brooks, 6'2", 16. Oof. Let's look at all. You got Braylon Trice, edge rusher, doesn't fit. So Chris Jenkins, no thank you. Patrick Wilson, Peyton Wilson, not going to happen. What we're going to do, since, you know what we're going to do? We're going to double down, people. We're going to double down. Everybody who wants us to double down, bam, we're doubling down. Not going to happen, but we're not doing trades. So we're going to see what running back or linebackers there in the third round, and we're going to take them. That's what's going to happen. So let's see. We got our pick coming up at 87. No trades. Video's getting long. I'm getting blowed up on my cell phone by Mark and a bunch of people. Now I could have recouped some of my, like a fourth round pick, right? But let's look at defense. Let's look at linebacker. Tyrone Hopper, they brought in Jalen Ford. Love Jalen Ford. Love Jalen Ford. Perfect. That's where I'm going to go. But for the sake of arguing, we got Latham, Von Prong, Granger. Now we need defense. We need defensive tackle. And there he is, people. And there he is. Bang. McKinley Jackson, I like even better than Tavondre Sweat. Let's ride, people. Now, Captain trade down with a road. But assuming Dallas doesn't want it. Now, Ultra Cowboy did say that he believes that the Cowboys may trade next year's pick to move back up in the fourth round. But I like the whole trading down. I do. We don't have our running back yet. So, not that I have a fourth round pick here, but I want to see who's on the board. Let's just stop it right now. Let's pause draft. Offense, running back. Who's still on the board? Marshawn Lloyd is there still. Who do I think they like? Ray Davis. I like Ray Davis out of Kentucky. This guy's very intriguing. Isaac Guerendo. You ran a 4.3 to combine. So that's why you need to trade down. That's why you need to trade down, because you're going to miss out on somebody. You may not get a Latham, but you'll be able to get other things that you need. Just me personally. So let's just, okay, there it is. Latham, Von Prong, Granger, McKinley Jackson. Do I think it's going to go like that? Not sure, but without doing, change the camera. Without doing trades, that's what you're going to look at. You know what I mean? You're going to miss out on that running back, okay? And then you'll have to go with a Ray Davis, or you're going to miss out on the Braylon Allens, unless you take them drastically higher than you would go. Whereas if you drop down, man, the perfect scenario would be to drop down to 26, 28, 30. Anywhere in there, and get your fourth round pick or a third round pick, depending on who's coming up and what's on the board. and what team has multiple picks. Then drop down to high in the second round and get, if you can get either 2 4s or a third and a 4 by dropping down twice and still getting to the top of that second round, you'll get an offensive lineman. You'll get a running back. You'll get your linebacker. You'll get your defensive tackle. I'm not even talking about corner, which me personally, I think we can hold out on corner, but we'll see. They haven't traded in a long time, people. Dallas Cowboys have not traded in a long time in the draft. They're definitely not trading up. They got burned. But that's it for me. I'm going to try and do a live stream later today. Kind of moving slow today. It's almost 11 o'clock here. So I'm going to get this uploaded as soon as I can. Brad, there you go. No trades. I still like how it turned out. Is what it is. Just wanted to show what could possibly happen if you do not trade down. You have to make decisions. I'm not going running back over McKinley Jackson. Now, would I not go center? I could have went running back there and take Latham, Brooks, or whoever you like there, and then McKinley Jackson. I could have done that, and then just went with Brock Hoffman over Von Prong Granger. But I really love the Georgia center. So that's me. But all right, everybody. Talk to everybody later. Opening day. It's not October yet, but we coming. We coming. Late.